Hey traders, Park here with another indicator. Today I've been introduced you to the 4x open range breakout or 4x ORB. For the most part, you're looking for breakouts, and this one right here gives you 4 different time periods. So if you look right here, this initial time period, this initial range is your 5-minute range. I have it set for 5 minutes. Your next one set for 15 minutes. Your next one is 30 minutes, and your last one is your hour. So that's what this indicator does for the most part, and it gives you three different levels or 4 different colors. I should say 4 different levels, 4 different levels. There's a gap in this because I took 10% of this range and set it for the midpoint. So it's 10% gap right here, and you can see right here it's almost effective to give you a certain support area, resistance area. It's no guarantee, but right now it's showing up pretty nicely on this Tesla thing right here, and you can see earnings has just dropped out. So you're gonna get those 4 different levels right here. You're also going to get these time reminders. So you have the open, the 5-minute, the 15, and 30-minute, then your hour. If you want additional time periods, you just come in here and you can see show hour, and you'll get more time periods. And if you want even more, be even more specific, you can just come on and show half hour as well. And here's your half hours between those hours. So if you're a time-based trader, this is a great indicator for you. If you want to know what was the highest, let's zoom in. So what was the highest point for this first 5-minute range? 5 minutes range. So here's your high low for the first 5 minutes. And obviously this low is going to be consistent because the stock is not making any lows. So it's going to be the overall low for the duration of the range. So here's your 5-minute high for the first 5 minutes of trading. This is your high. For the first 15 minutes of trading, this was your high. First 30 minutes of trading, this was your high, and your hour. So an hour after the stock is opened up, this is your highest point right here. You can see how these different layers or whatever, different lines within it here are somewhat seem like they're acting as support resistant areas, but I look at them as more so boundaries, just like when I did the ATR, just boundaries within the for the stock to move through. But for the most part, if you don't want the lines, go over here and hide the lines, and you get another picture like this, and you can hide each one of these individual clouds as well. So period 1, 2, 3, and 4 as well, and you can hide the entire time reminders as well. So those are the different features of the stock. If you're unfamiliar with open ORBs or open, here's one where Tesla had a bad day. So it did make I think just light over 30 minutes, but for the most part, here's your dark red, light red, and bright red. So those are your different layers, or those are your different time periods. And if you look how the stock basically just traded within the ranges of those different time periods, and that's what makes this indicator so helpful, or to give you different ranges within, time wise. So you can almost look at it as time wise ranges. So let's go to the actual day and see what Tesla is doing. So it tried to peak above after the 30 minutes. So this would be your hourly range. So it tried to peak above, and it got shot right back down. Here's your 10-minute, 10%. I guess say 10% deviation for the stock that I put in the middle. But for the most part, you can see how these areas are acting as support, or kind of sort of acting as support and resistance. And you can see right now Tesla's trying to break back into this area, but volume is so low. So I'm going to cut my volume to paint the bars on. I have it set for HLC3 as the trend. And you can see this is all just light volume. But at this low point right here, you have volume increasing. So you had this push down, and you kind of had this push back up as well. So it's pushing back up on low volume. And you can see this after the first hour of trading, they usually say everything slows down, or possibly the first 30 minutes of everything of trading, everything slows down, and the stock typically picks its direction for the day. And you can see how Tesla just fell into this downtrend for the most part. It's trying to break back into this hourly. No, this would be your 5 minute. No. So this first one would be your 15 minutes. So it made a 15-minute low for after the 5 minute range, and it didn't make any other lows lows or highs for the 15 minutes or the 30. So, but for the most part, it made one for the hourly. So that's that peak above right there. So Tesla's moving back into it. We don't know what's going to happen. It may find resistance here or may find support. But you can see how this 15-minute, this 5 minute, your 5 minute open range right here kind of sort of acted as support initially. It ducked down here. Buyers came in, this long lower wick, and then it pushed above, couldn't get above there. It kind of set right here for a moment, then it broke down, came back to the same little area from here, and it broke down again, but it kind of sort of found support, and you can look right here, hit the top of this little 10% deviation, or 10% of the range right here in the middle, and it came back down, and sellers came in and basically sold off. But right now, the stock is moving up. It's on low volume, lower than average volume, and volatility is low as well. That's what this magenta color is showing for your volume average. But for the most part, volatility is slowed down, and volume is decreased as well. So this is what's happening on Tesla. We can go to another stock. AMD is one of my favorites. I don't know. I was listening to Premarket Prep, and they had good news. So you had this huge move up, and then from there you had this sell off. So you can see the different range areas. So hopefully it could possibly get back up to the 15-minute low of the range. And you can see how once it got back above this 30-minute low, and here's your hourly low. So this is the indicator. Some of the other features of the indicator is right now I have it set where it will not show above an hour. So it's not going to do you any good on the daily, but for the most part, if you want to for these things to show only show period, you just change that and everything comes back. The open range unfortunately won't show because of the way it's designed. It's using a range from the other time frames, but you just shift it down to, let's say, 30-minute, and you get your hour and 30-minute range from there. So this is indicator is pretty helpful. It's handy. So if you're a time-based trader and you're looking for different moves within those time periods, or you're just looking for these time periods, like when an hour's gone by, or whatever. If an hour's gone by or 30 minutes gone by, where's the stock at? And if you just want to track the stock throughout the day. But like I said, you can turn those off, and I think I pushed those. Oh yeah, so you have your pre-market, your 5 minutes after and 15 minutes after pre-market, and your after hours should have shown up, but I don't know why it didn't show up. But I guess I just put in the close. So for the most part, that's it for this indicator. And like I said, how do you use it? Basically, if you're a time-based trader, you using somewhere like support and resistance. Where is this hourly high? Where is this 30-minute high and this 30 minutes low? And you can see how these time periods are kind of sort of acting as support and resistance area, or ranges, or these ranges for these time periods are kind of sort of acting as support and resistance areas. And this is the S&P 500. I still got my lines and stuff on it. But for the most part, you can see how these things are these different ranges between those time periods are acting as support and resistance area. This was a slow day for the S&P 500, but for the most part, after your 5 minute range, look at this. Here's your console. It broke above this resistance, broke above this resistance from your 15 minute, and then your it kind of sort of acted as support after that, and then you broke up above this area for your 30 minute, and then you have here's your hourly right here. Came back in between this range right here, kind of consolidated, and then broke above its hourly high for the ORB. So this is the indicator. Let me see if I left out any features. Your time base right now only show below a certain period. You can come down here. If you don't like the colors I've chosen, you can change in it. Don't pay attention to this 10 mid. It doesn't mean anything. But for the most part, if you don't like any of the colors that I've chosen, go ahead and change them. Do whatever you It's fully customizable. If you don't want the clouds to show, I think I already demonstrated that. But for the most part, if you don't want certain peers to show, you can cut those off, hide those clouds, show the time reminders. If you don't find those useful at all, completely shut them off. So, but if you want the time reminders on, hey, there you go. You got all of them, or you got specific ones that'll show up. It's all about you as a trader. And there's tons of videos out there about open range breakouts. But when I was trading, I just thought about what about the hourly, range, the hourly range, the 15 minute, 30 minute range, and that's why I created this indicator. You can see right here. I think I already demonstrated that one, but this is what the S&P 500 is doing right now, and you can see how everything's layered out. Excuse me. You can see on your 5 minute open range high right here. That's why all your buyers are kind of sitting in there, because once you had this dip down, buyers came in. That's why all these lower wicks are showing you. Buyers are trying to buy it up. Buyers are buying it up. Even though you had this push down, sellers didn't really step in to keep selling it down, but buyers came in. You can see how this low right here hit this lower part, this 10% range right here, or 10% of the range mid right here, and you can see how it's pushing back above. It had some trouble pushing back into this area. It pretty much just broke through this area of the I think this is 15 minute high of the open 15 minute high of the range. And then you have your 30 minute high of the range, which is battling with right now. You can see these wicks are only hitting that 30-minute area right there. And here's your hour. So those are the features of the indicator. I cut the lines back on, and that's basically how you would use the indicator. It's as your breakouts. It's an open range breakout indicator. And I didn't put any fancy arrows in there where it's breaking above or breaking below any of the ranges. You can see it right there. But for the most part, that's it for this indicator. I said I wasn't going to add in these breakout signals, but I went ahead and added them in. Here's one, here's two, here's another one. Here's, those are your breakout signals. Initially I said I wasn't going to, but I guess I decided I would. But for the most part, you can see the S&P 500 is still pushing above. Here's your, you had a break below, but for the most part, it's below the high. So, but the breakout signals will only show up for the breaks below the lows of the range and the high of the range. So, and you're fighting with this hourly high right here. Even though you made this right here, this is after the first hour, But right now, it's fighting with that, and we're just scrolling through, just looking at the breakdown or breakout signals. Here's some signals right here. Another one. But this is going to be the end of the video. I hope what I've said has helped you get a better understanding of the indicator and how to use it. I'm not this is no type form, any type of legal advice or any type of way me telling you to buy or sell anything. This is just a demonstration of how the indicator works. I hope that it's been helpful, and I hope that what I've said to you been beneficial. Thank you again for taking the time out to listen to what I had to say. And like I always say, be safe out there and God bless. I wish you all the best. And look in the link in the description for the actual indicator. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And so when I do new videos or I give away indicators, you'll be able to see them or you'll be first alerted on it.